Thanks, Mom. Beep.
Look at the picture as a smile. Your smile.
And they used to dress me in drag. I hated wearing dresses and barrettes. I did not like girl things. Thought girls were weak. Because boys, I always saw that boys beating up on girls. It's really quite unfortunate. I don't think that now. The things we think when we're little children. When we're young, impressionable minds. You can go lay down, silly boy. Boy. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a health empath, and I just like having these little talks about the way I feel about things. I can't wait till one day I have a really active life, and I only do these talks like once a week. I do them for accountability, you know. I want to show people some of the flowers that they're opening up. Boop. Boop. They just smell amazing. And they look amazing too. Yeah, they do, Ma. I want to show them this one over here. I got 7 bouquets. Whoops, there goes my lip balm. This one right here. Look how big this flowers is bigger than her face. It's bigger than my face.
Really
look at that. It's bigger than my face.
Look how soft it is.
Bigger than my face.
Real soft.
And it smells really pretty too. Hi, Artie. Got the notifications for Artie's vet visit on Tuesday, 4:45. God, they did real good.
Oh, that is so pretty with all the different flowers on there.
Oh, all day, Mom has just been like, they're so pretty. All day, huh, Mom?
Yeah.
I'm not picking that one up. It's too heavy. You know what, though? There's density in here. I need this sage. I need to get sage. There's desert sage all over the place outside, but it's not the same, I don't think. And then there's this one over here. There's this one right here.
The basket has these sparkles of light every once in a while.
This is wild. Sometimes Stanley's doing a pretty good job about staying out of it. The baby's breath. He likes to eat the baby's breath. I removed all the baby's breath. These. And then there's these, Ma.
Oh, whoa. Do they have little tiny white ones in there?
No. I took all the little tiny white ones out of the other ones. All the other ones because I think I'm going to make these a little, like, take these and, like, put them with these. And then hand them out.
And combine them?
Then hand them out to people.
Oh, Marge, how nice.
I got permission. I'm a sharer. I'm a giver. Oh wait, that one doesn't go here. Yeah, Ma, I got lots of pictures of them. I'm not done with it. I'll take more pictures of them before I do that. But you guys should spread the love, Ma.
Yeah, it should.
Gotta share the love. Especially in the world that people are going crazy. People are going crazy. They're doing all kinds of terrible things to people they love. It's weird. A lot of weird stuff in the news of. I think sometimes people just like figure, well, if they can't take care of their family, well, nobody else is gonna. You know what I mean? Like the alternative is worse, or as they understand it. There's all kinds of reasons why people do that. But, yeah, it's new moon. New moon in Aries.
Today?
I think so. Is it the 11th, 12th, something like that? Because I listen to so many people that do their astrological reports. Some people are in different parts of the country, so it happens on different days. So I get confused sometimes, but yeah, it is. But the energy is potent, you know. It's, you know, the energy is potent. So when it's like this, I don't. A lot of people like to just use it and go all gung out and just freaking balls out and just burn themselves out. And I learned a long time ago I can't do that. Slow and steady for this old standing turtle. You know it, because I can't. I just, you know, I'm a sprint runner as it is. What?
This is my daughter. I like you to meet her.
Standing turtle. I'm better in sprints anyway. I'm not really a marathon runner as it is energy wise. So, like today, it's weird how it's nice all day and then about 5 the wind kicks up in the evening. It's kind of a trip, but
and then everything just kind of shifts.
Yeah, it's just we haven't. I don't know. Had a cool conversation with the UPS man the other day. No, it's cool because he pulls up and he saw my because I have the Truth Wagon. I have COVID.
Oh, really?
Event 201. Look it up, and then COVID is an agenda, and then he's like 20 seconds Event 201, and I. And I let him know, and he's like, don't you think everybody knows this? I'm like, yeah, but they're not doing enough. They're just going along, and that going along ain't gonna change nothing. You know. And now people are starting to get these shots. You know, more people are starting to have adverse reactions, and because everybody's doing it, peer pressure, jumping off bridges because somebody told them to. I've never been the variety human being that did things just because somebody told me. I questioned everything as a child and then grew up doing it, you know. I saw it. See, Mom is one of those that doesn't like rocking the boat. Just keep your mouth closed. Don't cause any problems, you know. Don't tell on anybody, you know. And I'm like, F that, man. No. This is all wrong, you know. I've been contrarian my whole entire life. I like it on Longmire. There's a Heyoka on Longmire, you know, and we follow our own logic. And to me, my logic is logic, and I don't understand why other people can't follow logic. I mean, 99.7% recovery rate, and then all these people are going crazy about this stupid. And I keep telling people, dude, I got 6 anthrax vaccine shots in 3 months. Do not act the same way that I used to act before I had those shots. My temper is much shorter. I'm way more hypersensitive. Why do people want to choose to live that way? Or even risk the potential of your endocrine system being fried? Because everybody's doing it. It's stupid. So much ignorance in the world. So much. But I never fit into the world, you know. I grew up, you know. I didn't want to do all the stuff everybody around me was doing, like the sports and the games, and it's all. I always looked at it as pageantry. It was all, you know, waste of resources, you know, always. And I never really pictured how I thought the world should be or ought to be or whatever. Oh, Virgin, if you're out there, if you see this one, another freaking cup bit the dust. I was holding a cup. I got it for $1 when I first moved here because I needed a coffee cup. So I went to a thrift store and got it. Well, I got some grass from outside and put it in the cup. And I was holding the cup, and it freaking just snapped and broke the freaking handle in my hand. And I'm just like, another one, right? But I just kind of chiseled it down a little bit and put Stanley's grass in it, so he has grass because he likes chewing the grass. It's good for him. He can do that. It's all right. We'll just fix it later. Ben is a good boy.
Sometimes it gets too hot.
Yeah, that's why he likes to lay in the fan. It's been weird because the temperature at night's been like in the 20s. You know, so it gets cold like early in the morning. You know, but then it's nice during the day. So, lots of weird stuff being reported. I don't know. I haven't really been on social media much at all, but like I dip into Twitter every now and again and Instacrap and you know. Oh, what's her name? What's her name? Lexi is living the best version of her. She's gonna need a detox when she's done, man. She and all of her friends, man. That's the thing. They're feeling the inner. That's how it's manifesting in their charts. Is because they're all hanging out in Miami, feeling good, you know, and freaking drinking a lot. But see, that's the thing with the way energy works. Is that's why I had to like chill out yesterday because I was on a little pink cloud and I didn't want to go rolling off it. So when things are like, you know, so good up here, you know, there's always a dip. There's always a dip after that. And that's what I'm more cognizant of. I'm thinking more about the dip than, oh, wow, this is really a great experience. I'm like, all right, you know, mind that dip. Gotta mind that dip. So what is today? The 11th of April. The 11th of April. I just keep seeing more stuff. I did listen, I guess Jessie was on Right On Radio this morning. She didn't really get to talk a lot. That guy sure does talk a lot. It's his show, so I guess he can. You know? There's just so much of the world the way that it is, and I'm like, nope, I don't like it like that. I don't want it that way, you know? Jessie should have her own show. What else is going on? I don't really think there's nothing. I don't really know. There's nothing really going on in the world as far as I know. I know volcanoes are erupting everywhere, you know? So big things are happening in people's lives. It's going to be a lot of change this season. I did notice on Facebook people are starting to like talk about getting their boats out on Shasta Lake. I don't think it's going to be a very good freaking time for a good old Redding this year. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think Redding's going to have a good time this Redding. You know, the lake's already low. Lake's already, like, going in spring this early, it's just, it's low. And when, you know, other people notice it. Because, you know, when you grow up, see, that's the thing is lakes and streams and rivers, they all have their own personalities. You know, they're living being just like we are. That their changes are ebbing and flowing, and when the earth changes are ebbing and flowing, it really reflects how we're changing too. A lot of people are changing. People change all the time. And then it's oddly peculiar how often many people, like, I'll dip out, you know. I'll not think about somebody for a couple years. Then I'll like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so is doing. Then you dip back in, jump on their radar, you know, see what they're doing. And they're doing the same exact stuff that they were doing 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And it's like people get stuck in these loops. And they don't know how to get out of these loops, right? Now, mom's loops. Mom, you got loops. Mom, like, but see, they're not even like loops to mom because it's kind of a marvelous. I kind of marvel at it because when she watches Longmire, we got it on DVD, and she watches it, and every time we'll get to the same point, you know, and it's like every time she's watching it for the first time. You enjoy it, right? But she always gets like, oh, I didn't know that, you know, happened. I didn't know that happened, you know. And it's just kind of a silver lining to me that you know, because there's a lot of people had traumatic brain injuries, stroke, stuff, stuff happens to change people. I'm just grateful that Mom's evolving, because we all evolve, And she's just such a sweet, kind little old lady, Because she could be freaking, when we were kids. Oh, Lordy. Oh my goodness, Pick what you want me to beat your ass with. No, she didn't do it. She just would let her boyfriends do it. Then I'd get resentful. You're not my dad. Even with my dad, I'd be like, you ain't never around. I don't know you. Everybody was not the boss of me. That's how I acted. That's how I went through life, because I always had it. But Mom, when we were younger, instilled God, God is always watching. You always got to do the right thing, So I would do things, and things would break, and then I'd go in and I'd tell Mom, I broke this, And then, I get older, I start drinking and stuff. Yeah, when I was 15, 16, experimenting with alcohol and tried to hide it from her until she freaking would catch me every single time. And then I'm just like, all right, this is what I'm doing. I'm not hiding it no more. I'm just going to live out loud, because I freaking always get caught anyway. So that's, and then years later, fast forward, I was hanging out with friends of Bill W., and, you came clean all the time. You're constantly trying to clean up wreckage of your past, I didn't think I hurt people, but I did by just not actively participating in people's lives, So I heard, it's like, they don't care about me anyway. I'm just not going to try. And now I try, and it's like people don't want to hear from me. It is the weirdest thing. So backwards, Mom. But I made a commitment about 4 years ago when it became clear that I was going to be a stay-at-home daughter, that, for whatever the next chapter of my life, I signed up. I adopted Tucker and Artie Pants, and then Luna and Benny were foster failures. I knew I was in over my head. I knew there were all heartbreaks waiting to happen. It was a lifelong commitment as far as I can see. And I had to move from Oregon to New Mexico to find a place to keep all my family together. But see, when I adopted all the dogs, it was disclosed in the paperwork that if anything ever happened and you couldn't keep them, they'd have to go back to rescue. And my brother wanted me to get rid of a couple of them. And I'm like, how do I decide? I just, but people don't understand is I made a commitment, and they don't see that I'm trying to follow through on my commitment the best that I can. And I made a commitment when I was 15 years old, and Mom was 38, and she had her major brainstem stroke. And she's like, don't ever put me in a home. And I promised that I wouldn't. Because she came from a home. She was put in an orphanage, and I ain't gonna be the one person to freaking do that. So it ain't been easy, but it's always been worth it, And then with all this freaking eruption of freaking fear and, calamity and everything, and all these people, visiting their loved ones, through windows and stuff, with all this, F that, dude. It's the closeness that heals. Mom has been in the hospital a handful of times my whole entire life. Every single time I go visit her, I jump into bed with her and love on her, and and color, and we watched Golden Girls or whatever was on TV at the time, back in the 80s, and stuff like that. And it's just like people have gotten away. They got too much permission to put up space between one another, and people need to break down those barriers and get close again. They really do. It's been too long, and I'm not even talking about the spamdemic. I'm talking about before that. People got away from being close, and with community. You got people, and I've seen it my whole entire life because I've been trying to find my same freak tribe, My whole entire life, my brother laughs at me and makes fun of me. Well, you know, you have been looking for your people your whole entire life. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird I can't find them, huh? It's weird it's not you, huh? I know what's wrong with me. I can't find my people. What's wrong with me? I know all the things that are wrong with me. And then other people tell me what's wrong with them when they tell me what's wrong with me. It's really kind of interesting how that works, Ma. What are you gonna do? People, you know, when they're so hurt, when people have so much hurt and pain, and they feel neglected, and they feel deprived of certain inalienable rights, or whatever you want to call it, you know, when they feel bad, they just want other people around them to feel bad too. So then they say things to try and make people feel bad. Right? I was taught a long time ago that happiness is a decision. And I shouldn't let anybody else impact that decision. People have insulted me and made fun of me. Ridiculed me. You know, made me the butt of the joke. A long time. But I didn't become like them. What I did is, like, I would try that. I remember in the 6th grade, it was like at the pizza place. We got to walk up to the pizza place, Upper Crust Pizza on Churn Creek in Reading, from Rother. And everybody gives like a little speech kind of a thing, you know, like a have a good summer type thing. You know, and I said, well, I'm going to miss everybody this summer. And I was like, except you, to Heather DeLapp, I think was her name. And the look on her face, like she was so embarrassed, she was hurt. You know, everybody laughed. And it was, and just seeing the look on her face, I'm like, I'm not going to make somebody else the butt of a joke just to get a laugh again. Unless it's me. Maybe I would me. But not another person. And that's how you're supposed to learn and evolve. Is like, you see, I see how my behavior hurts other people, impacts other people, the things that I say. Because I can't go on, like, based on, you know, because of the full range of things that have always said to people, the things that people have said to me, you know. I can't think in terms like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to put it into words right now. Oh well, if it don't, I guess. I say what I think and I feel. I just say it. And I say it in matters of facts, knowing that how I think and how I feel is going to be different probably in 30 or 40 seconds from now, right? Sometimes I say things that I think and I feel, and people get their feelings hurt by it, right? However, my whole entire life, people have said, oh, just ignore it, Margie. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. You know, get over it. Get past it, you know? And I'm like, it's so confusing to me. Because there's so many people that are hung up on less shit than I am, you know? I go into a situation, and, you know, it's been a while since I've been in, like, a situation where somebody's lost their shit. Where somebody, like, is in a state of shock. It's been a while. Oh, since I lived in Oregon. Couple years, car accident. Anyway, but I get into situations, or I watch life, and I see people get twisted up about stuff, and I see people get upset, and I see people get irate and mad and whatever, and I just think of all of the worst things that people have been through in life, that is what somebody is going to get set up on. You know? Yeah. It's like people don't know the scope of like some just everyday crazy life experiences that people have had. You know, there's people that have been kidnapped, and there are people that haven't been kidnapped. I was taken away from my mother. You know, they didn't have Amber Alerts in the 1970s, right? It was my aunt. And HIPAA, what is, how, I'm like, isn't HIPAA like privacy? You know, wouldn't that, how does HIPAA, does it not exist anymore with passports, the idea of passports? That is weird to me. It's like you have HIPAA, which is, you know, these privacy acts. It says you don't have to disclose your medical information, you know, all this blah, blah, blah crap, right? But now there's people that are proposing that you get these these medical passports. You know, I never want a shot again in my life, ever, of nothing. And now there is just like, because it costs so much money. It costs so much money. It makes so much money. You know what is easier? If people get healthy. I would love to watch more people get healthy again. I'm so excited to be able to get stuff to plant my own garden. I'm gonna get pots. And you know what I did? I even tried, Mom. I made sausage and peppers yesterday and pasta because I couldn't find any fancy Italian bakery bread, so I just did pasta instead. We don't eat a lot of pasta. And so Mom liked it. You really liked the sausage. She didn't like the sausage, but the peppers and the pasta she liked. But I took out the seeds from the green and red bell. I'm going to try and grow those, you know. And then keep what we need and give away the rest. Because there's people all over the place. It was kind of a bummer. I was laying down. I kind of meditate, kind of zone out between, there's like 12 and 1:30 kind of. It's like a lull in the afternoon. Mom just had lunch, you know. I just kind of zone out, listen to the birds, the frequency of the birds. The dogs are all laying in the sun, you know, where we are in the back room. And I zone out, and I heard Artie bark, and I get up and I come out. Or I look in the window and I saw a man on a bike riding off. And I came out and I was like, Mom, what was that? And she said he was looking for something to drink. And I was like, dang it. You said he was looking for something to drink, to put in his mouth or something like that. And I was like, dang it, because he was like I almost grabbed the keys and drove up the road to find the man. I did, because it was hot, it was warm, probably warmer than he's used to. He was on a bike. He needed to hydrate, you know, and I'm just like, it just wasn't supposed to be, you know, it wasn't supposed to be. So I need to get some bottled water, and I can just set them out for people that, you know, by the fence. Take one if you're thirsty.
That's a good idea, Marge.
Yeah. So these are always opportunities of how, you know, you can just help out with your fellow humans, you know. You know. Yeah, there's always ways of that people can do that, you know. So anyway, also as Aries, you know, all this spring energy. I want to drink. I want to when there's the energy spike like this, I want to drink. So I want to get whiskey. I want to get whiskey, and I want to drink it neat. And then I play the tape through, and then I don't. You know, because some people talk about like our demons and our lineage, like our family line, our family curse and stuff like that. I believe it to be true that part of my family curse is the affliction of alcohol. That I love it. I love where it takes me, or the absence of spirit. And that I don't care what I do, what I say. It's everybody else's fault, if their problem, if they get hurt. All that stuff, all that ego stuff. And I don't like when I live my life. I don't like the person that I am when I live my life for me, you know. And so, because this life isn't just about me, you know. So, I gotta look out, you know, I gotta follow through on that commitment, look after mom and the DOGs, and I just think it's interesting, and I gotta die sober, is what my goal is. Is I gotta die sober, because if I die sober, you know, that will heal it on my father's side, as far as the way I look at it, on my dad's side, because Grandpa Butch, he died on 11/11 back in 1996. 11/11, yeah, on the 11/11 gateway back in '96, and he was Leo. His birthday was August 6th, and he was so mad. That's why I gotta not be, because he was so mad, and I gotta not be mad. I gotta not get angry about stuff because Grandpa was.
Oh, because he was. Okay.
So I gotta not act like that. Yeah, I gotta change that behavior. So it ain't always easy for my personality. It isn't, you know. Like today, I was like, God, you made me this way. Why did you make me this way? You know. Of all the ways to make me, why'd you have to make me like this? You know, and then if I can die sober, see, because they were bringing Grandpa bottles of wine in the nursing home, you know, so he didn't die sober. So if I can die sober, hopefully I can I can heal that side of that lineage, that hurt that makes them, you know, use that for a solution, you know. And because I got a niece, you know, I don't want her to think, you know, I want her to know that there are people that can have trouble with drugs and alcohol. I never did a lot of drugs. My thing is mostly alcohol. Alcohol, I dabbled, you know. But I never liked the go fast and stuff. I think I'd like all this fentanyl stuff that's going. I don't like all that stuff. I don't like it. And I like my cookies just fine, you know. And then I want her to let her know that, you know, that people, just because they have troubles with things, that they can get over them, they can get past them, you don't have to succumb to your desires of whatever vices / addictions that you may or may not have, right? You know, and some days I want to. Some days, like right now, the potential for escape is one of those periods where escapism is like, you know, people want to. People, they're feeling good. There's like, yeah, it's Sunday evening, so you got like, you know, the neighbors where I'm in, it's evidently, that's how they do it here. They have everybody over, you know, Sunday evening, maybe cook out, grill, you know. I'm gonna laugh as soon as I find out I'm related to some of these people around here. It's gonna be funny, huh, Ma? But, you know, there's people celebrating and getting together and being in that vibrational frequency of love, you know. And more people have to do that in their communities. And ignore what's on TV. That ain't even what's going on in real life. It's all scripted, man. It's all scripted. Everything on TV is scripted. Even the freaking politician stuff. I mean, how can people think it's not? You know? How can people... It's like Reagan was an actor first, and then he became an actor in D.C. They're all actors. They're all given and told what to say. You know? It's weird when to say it. They all live and die by the numbers. I miss Zach being able to live stream on YouTube.
Where is he?
He's in Yakima. It's funny, we got a bag of apples.
Where's Yakima?
Washington.
Oh, the state?
Yeah, we got a bag of apples somebody gave us, and the bag of apples is from Yakima, Washington. I was like, that's where Zach is. He got his 20th channel taken down because he talks about truth on and how he sees things, and he's accurate, and they don't want They don't want people putting this together, so they keep taking his channel down for like. They say it's hate speech, but he doesn't. I mean, he talks crap sometimes, but he don't hate nobody. I mean, he don't hate nobody. He just wants people to see that it's all a circle of greed, and that it's what a circle of greed, and that that it seems to me that when anybody has ever signed their name on a dotted line as far as a contract, whether it's I'm going to go to this school, I'm going to play for this sports team, I'm going to be on this TV show, that it seems like that most of that stuff is to perpetuate the Luciferian tale theater. And so like all these movies and stuff, it's like they make them big, but it's like Cruella. They redid that. It's a Disney classic, right? This terrible woman, Cruella. They're trying to make Satan the good guy.
The good guy.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Like the Lucifer, the show on Netflix. It's like, he means well. His heart comes from the right. All this. It's like, it's the freaking Prince of Darkness. What are they, and all these people. Now I'm gonna show it just for an example of Mom. But people do like when they do these like hand gestures that when I was a little kid, they're like, don't do that. That's for loose. That's what That's what devil worshippers do. Don't do that. And so I learned a long time ago, don't do that. So I didn't do that, and don't do that. So when everybody, the peace sign, don't do that. All these things that people do, in their pictures, they think it's cute. They're just being cute. And it's like people are symbolizing that they're for things and they don't even know it. And that's how the Luciferian tale theater has been perpetuated for so long, because he deceives people to glorifying him and they don't even know it. So, anyway, that's about all I got for now. Yeah, I didn't even need anything because it was just the peppers. I got mild Italian, and then it was just a little greasy. My stomach was a little bleh, but Mom really mowed down on it. Right on. Tell the boys I said sweet dreams to me. I think dreams are freaking our human spirit just venturing out in higher dimensions, That's what I think about that. But, yeah, I can't do that. Play the tape through. I do have some club soda, so that's kind of nice. Mom and I have been sharing some club soda. I was doing mocktails before. I was making mocktails. It's like cocktails without booze. I call them mocktails with ma. Just like Shirley Temples, just juice and soda. Yeah. There's a girl, I went with her to visit her grandparents. They lived in a trailer park in Fresno. And they had cocktail hour.
With a kid? With a family?
It was the grandparents would have cocktails, and then we would get like pineapple juice and 7-Up and just something fun, something different. It's that spike in sugar, see? And that's why I think my body responds to alcohol the way it does, because all the sugar in it. Yeah, so I gotta be careful about that. So, anyway, thanks for hanging out. I've been running my mouth long enough. We had cake and ice cream for dinner. That's all I got for now. Have a rad night. Peace.